Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos como es. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a palette review on the new Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. Okay, so it's not new, but it's new to me. I'm a little bit late on the bandwagon. I couldn't figure out if I wanted to purchase this palette or not because I have like 5,000 million quadrillion palettes, but it just looks so pretty and I've seen so many pretty looks with this, so I caved and I bought it. Let me show you guys the inside of this palette. I am just living for this packaging. Anything like rose gold and white, I just live for. And here is the inside. So you have 3 shimmer shades and the rest are all mattes. These are pretty matte neutrals, and then you have the 2 pop-up colors right here, which I'm actually loving that all of them are mainly matte because I feel like you use so many mattes, and I love when they incorporate like a matte nude or cream shadow. I know it sounds so basic, but I feel like every palette needs a cream shadow because if this is the only palette I'm going to travel with, I need something to set my concealer, if that makes any kind of sense. So yeah, it comes with all these matte colors, the 2 pops of colors, and the rest are shimmers, and I honestly haven't even touched. Ooh, that's really pretty. Let's see. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, so that was my first time touching the palette, and it feels so good. I actually really like that color. So anyways, this palette kind of resembled to me the KKW Mario palette. I don't have that palette, but it looked pretty similar in the colors and the pan sizes and everything like that. So I feel like this would be a pretty good dupe for that one. But again, don't quote me because I don't have the other one. So yeah, I was inspired by that palette to grab this palette and create a blue eyeshadow look today using this one right here. It's like a muted out navy kind of teal blue. It's really pretty. So I think I'm going to go in with this all over my lid, kind of smoked out into maybe these oranges or something. But who knows? I always start a makeup tutorial and end up going sideways. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, that's basically it. If you guys are interested in seeing what I create with this palette, just keep on watching. If you are new here and are new to my channel, thank you so much for watching. Hit that little button down below before you go, and yeah, I think that's all I got to say, so let's just jump right into things. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see, but I caved and I didn't straighten my hair. I let it air dry and then I added some curls to it, so does that really count, you know? Alright guys, so jumping into things, I'm going to go into this Glam Glow Volcasmic, I think is how you pronounce it, matte moisturizer, a matte hydrating moisturizer. It's kind of confusing because it's called matte, but it's hydrating and it gives you a glow. So I'm not quite sure where the matte comes into play, but as far as the moisturizer, I love this. I've been using it at night and before applying my makeup just to hydrate my skin because I've been in the sun so much, but I literally have been loving this. So moving on to our brows, I'm going to go into L'Oreal Brow Definer. I believe this one is in dark brunette. I'm going to brush my brows up, line them underneath, then brush my brows down and line them on top, and then go in with some Anastasia brow powder. I believe I use a powder soft brown and just fill them in. As you can see, this looks like it's going by really fast, but it really takes me a good minute to do my brows. But I feel like brows frame your entire face, so I'm okay with it taking a while. Once I'm done filling them in, I'm going to take the little spoolie and brush them out just to blend them out a little bit more. Then go in with a little bit of concealer. I just go into the wand because I'm lazy nowadays and just go ahead and line the brows on the bottom and on top. And then as I am doing that, I'm just going to take this little eeny bitsy tiny beauty blender and just go ahead and blend that out just to conceal my eyelids as well, prepping it for eyeshadow. Okay, so once we are done blending everything out with that tiny cute little beauty blender, I'm going to go into the Latte palette using Vanilla Cream Fitting because it's just a matte vanilla shade. And I'm going to set both eyelids using that color. I will say using this palette in this tutorial, there is a lot of kickback on the colors. I don't mind kickback because I just blow it away, but if you do, just know there's a lot of kickback. So going into the first color, it's called Pumpkin Spice. I'm going to be going into, oops, I dropped that. Be going into a Morphe E18. And I'm going to go, at first I started off very soft with this color because I didn't know how pigmented her colors were. But once I realized that I wanted to go very intense with these colors, I just dug straight into the color and I barely tapped any excess off. And I'm just beginning to carve out the eyelid into our crease. Once I am done placing that color there, I'm going to take a blending brush, and this is a Morphe R38. It's just a fluffy blending brush. I'm going to go back and forth, just really buffing out that color. So this tutorial is going to be kind of redundant because we're going to be doing the same things over and over. It's going to be a lot of blending, so work out your arms because you're going to be blending a lot. Once we are done with that fluffy brush, I'm going to go back into the pencil brush and just re-intensify that orange shade, and then go back into the other brush and just blend everything out. Okay, so once we're done with that pumpkin spice color, I'm going to jump into a lighter brown. This is called Caramel, and I'm going to take a Sigma E40 and just buff this on top of that pumpkin spice color, just making everything blend out even more and giving you really that ombre effect and just blending out the crease. So once we are done doing that, we're going to jump back into that pumpkin spice color and just start to re-intensify again. Like I said, I want to go hard with these colors, so I'm just going back and forth, building it up and then blending it out. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit redundant, but in the end it's really going to pop through. Once I place that blue down, or that teal blue down, the orange is really going to pop through. You guys are going to be so obsessed with this eye look. I can't even begin to tell you. This is probably one of my favorite eye looks ever, and that's something big to say. So then now going into Hazelnut, which is a deeper terracotta-y brown, I'm going to take that exact pencil brush and just do the exact same thing. So I didn't realize my camera ended up cutting off when I was going in and blending. Of course, what's my luck? But I basically did the exact same thing with this hazelnut color that I did with pumpkin spice, just placing it directly above that pumpkin spice and then going into that fluffy blending brush and just buffing everything out again. I'm so sorry that it cut off, but we're just going to move on. So now going into Cold Brew, which is such a cute name for this color. It's a teal blue color, and I'm using a Sigma E25, which is a smaller, fluffier blending brush. And I'm using this brush just to really place this all over the lid, but at the same time blend it into the crease. As you can see, I'm putting this on the lid, and then eventually I'm going to go into the crease and begin to carve it into the crease. What you want to do is you want to make it look like a gradient effect, going from that really vibrant teal blue into a softer blue into the orange terracotta-y kind of colors. So once I'm done placing it on the lid, I'm going to switch brushes to a smaller, fluffier brush, which is a Morphe 562, and I'm going to take a little bit more of that Cold Brew and just really place that into the crease, kind of carving out and placing it in between the blue and in between the terracotta colors, kind of creating a different color just to really give you that ombre kind of gradient effect. I hope you guys understood what I mean, but once I am done placing that into the crease and just really buffing out all those edges, I'm going to go into the rose gold fluffy brush that we were using earlier and pick up a little bit more of that hazelnut and pumpkin spice and place that directly above this Cold Brew that we just placed into our crease, just to really blend out all those edges and make sure that everything is very smooth and we don't have any harsh lines whatsoever. As you can see, it goes from like a teal to kind of like a charcoaly brown into the terracotta kind of orangey colors. That's what I mean about an ombre effect. So once we're done using that brush to blend out, I'm going to go into a clean Sigma E40 and just go back over those edges because I did have a little bit of harsh lines in the inner corner, and just blend it all out. So now I'm going back into that Cold Brew because while we were blending and blending so much, we lost a lot of that color. So I'm going back into that Sigma E25 and just placing that Cold Brew on the lid again, which is re-intensifying the color and bringing out that teal a little bit more. But as you can tell in the crease, it all kind of flows now. It's not just like blue and then orange. If that makes any kind of sense, it kind of gives you that gradient ombre effect that I've mentioned 20,000 times. But that basically kind of gives you the gist of the eye. I know it seems really redundant, but I'm just going to be going back into some brushes and just making sure all those edges are very precise and very blended, which is why I'm going back into that pencil brush with a little bit more of that hazelnut color and just going back through those edges because I did see a little bit of some rough lines. Then going back into the teal blue, just re-intensifying the color. I told you this eye look was really redundant, but it's worth it because it is so pretty. So now with a different pencil brush, I'm going to go into the color Macchiato, which in the pan, I didn't think it would be as bright as it was, but it is so pretty as an inner corner highlight. It literally, can you guys see how much like brightness it brings to the eye? And it has little specks of glitter in it, which I absolutely love. honestly, all those shimmer shades have specks of glitter in it, and I love it. So now that we are done with the eye, I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and just clean everything up just to get all that fallout out the way, because that blue did fall out a lot. I told you that in the pot it falls out, so obviously on the face it's going to fall out as well. So once we are done cleaning everything up, I thought that I wanted to go into a little bit of an eyeliner. I couldn't decide if I wanted to leave it the way it was or do a wing eyeliner, and I decided not to do a wing, but I decided to tightline my upper lash line with a little bit of gel liner, and I ended up changing my mind. I didn't really think it was necessary, or did I like it too much, even though I know you can barely tell. So I went back in with a little bit of teal blue and just covered it back up, and that basically completes the eye look. I am going to go ahead and do my other eye and then move on to the face, because I feel like that eye look took forever. And by the way, if you guys like those lashes, they are Faux Mink lashes by Eylure. So now moving on to the face, I'm going to take NYX Angel Veil Primer and place that on my cheeks, my forehead, and then just rub it all over my face. As I'm rubbing it into my face, I'm also pushing it into my skin to fill in any of those pores or fine lines that I have. And yes, guys, I have pores and I have fine lines. As much as this camera makes my skin look pretty good, I have pores. So once we are done doing that, I'm going to jump into my favorite foundation ever right now, which is that Dior Forever foundation. I am in the shade medium neutral when I don't have a tan, because let me tell you guys, you're about to see me turn ghostly white. What sucks is I just bought this foundation and I already need a new color. Like, what the fudge? I went to the pool twice and all of a sudden I'm super tan. So for all you people out there that are wondering why the hell I'm putting this on my face, yes, I know it is white, and yes, I will go in and fix that in a little bit. Until I buy a new color, this is the color I'm going to be using. So I guess you guys can use this as like a helping you if you have light foundation, you want to figure out how to make it blend into your skin. Once I'm done blending this all over my face, I am going to jump into a cream contour, which if you guys have been with me for a long time, you guys know I use this all the time. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Beautiful Bronze. So I'm going to place this on my forehead and my jawline, my cheekbones, my nose, and underneath my lips. Because I am a little bit more fair right now with the foundation, I'm going to go in a little stronger with this. But just because I go in a little stronger doesn't mean that it looks cakey on the skin. It still does not. It is so flawless, so beautiful, and it blends out so well. So once I am done placing this everywhere I want to go, I'm just going to go ahead and buff that into my skin, as you guys can see. So once I get to the nose contour, I'm going to jump over to the small beauty blender again, just because it's so tiny. One, I use it because it's really cute, and two, I use it because it is so tiny and so cute, and it gets into the smallest little crevices, I guess you can say. And when sometimes I go into my big beauty blender with my nose contour, it kind of spreads the contour all over the place and a little bit more sloppy. So I like to go in using this little one first, and then once I got the majority of it done, I'll go into the big one and then blend it out some more. But now jumping into concealer, I'm going to take a mixture of the two ColourPop no filter concealers. First one is medium tan, which seems to match me the best right now. Before, I was using a hardcore mixture of the other one too, medium, but medium tan seems to fit me perfect right now. And I honestly love this concealer, guys. Love it. It has ultimately replaced my Tarte Shape Tape. It's like Tarte Shape Tape, but lighter and kind of better. I don't know. You guys just have to try it out. Or maybe the price is just fooling me because it's only $6, but it's literally so good. So I'm going to blend this all over the place. You guys know, per usual, my chin, forehead, and underneath my eyes. And then when I can't get into the smallest crevices, I'm going to take that little cute beauty blender again and get up in there. And then once I'm done blending this out, I'm going to go into the lighter color medium and just use that to highlight my nose. And I'm going to do 3 little swipes underneath my eyes just to really brighten everything up, because that medium tan matches me really good, but it doesn't brighten too much. So I want to go in with a little bit of that medium just to really brighten everything up. As you guys can see right here, once I'm done blending that out, it just gives me a more lifted, brighter effect. And I like to let the nose contour sit there a little bit, or the nose highlight sit there for a little bit longer, just so it dries out, so it really snatches the nose. I don't know if that makes any kind of sense, so that you can still see the line, but it's still kind of blended. It's like a happy medium. So you guys see me bake all the time, so I kind of wanted to skip that. I just used RCMA No Color Powder, place that all over my face, basically, and then I'm going to go in with the big fluffy blending brush and just dust that all away. I love the RCMA No Color Powder. I just bought a 3-pack, and I'm literally just like living for it. It does leave me a little bit too matte for my liking lately, or I just really love this powder. So now I'm going to go into the Lancome Absolute powder in Golden think it's called Absolute Golden, with that same big fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to dust this all over my face. Immediately as it touches my skin, you guys will see that I have a slight glow to my skin, and I'm so obsessed with this. So if you guys like to be kind of matte but still want to fake the dew, I would say do this. Or if you're a more mature skin woman, I would say use this for your skin because it's going to give you that healthy all over glow from within. So once we are done with that, I'm going to jump into this ColourPop Duo by Alexis Ren, and I'm going to take this to really bronze up my skin and really make everything match even more. I'm going to place this kind of sloppily all over my cheeks just to really give me some color and a little bit of bronze on my cheeks, my forehead, and then I'm for sure going to drag this down my neck so that I don't seem so ghostly white on the face. Then once I'm done blending all that out, I'm going to jump into another ColourPop Duo. I think this one's called the Knockout. And I'm going to take this beautiful peach, oh my god, I cannot speak, peach blush, and just add that to the apples of my cheeks. I am not a huge blush girl, so I like the smallest amount. And honestly, I wish I kind of would have just left this tutorial right here and been done with it, because I like this all over kind of flat look. But I got really ahead of myself and I decided that I wanted a lot of pop, not just a little bit of highlight, but a lot. So I went into this ColourPop highlight. I forgot the name. I'll leave it down below. I think it's called Au revoir. And as soon as I put it on, I was like, okay, Richelle, you are too extra. It's too much highlight, but you already did it, so you just got to go with it. So I placed this all over where you normally highlight, and then I went into that Absolute powder, and I added that on top of that Au revoir just to kind of dim it down a little bit because that is more of a subtle highlight. And it gave me such a beautiful glow. I just literally cannot get over that Lancome powder. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go into the little beauty blender. Once again, take the little butt of it and just kind of push everything into my skin so it makes it look a little bit softer. Kind of takes away the intense highlight and makes it look more natural and more pushed into my skin, if that makes any kind of sense. Then once I'm done doing that, I'm going to go back in with that blush brush with no additional products on it. I'm just going to go over everything that we just did and kind of blend in the highlight with the blush and with the bronzer. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to take this Morphe setting spray and just go ahead and set my face. This is literally my all-time setting spray, and I don't think it's because of the product. I think it's because of the sprayer. The mist is so fine and so good, it's not even funny. So then now I'm going to go into this Rimmel Scandal Eyes Eye Kohl and Nude, and I feel like this is like the smallest thing that I added to the eye look, but I honestly feel like this made the entire look pop. I know it sounds kind of dumb, but just go with me. Like, I just feel like it made the whole look pop. So once we're done applying that, I'm going to go into Pumpkin Spice first with just a fluffy blending brush, or not blending brush, a fluffy pencil brush, and just dust this back and forth kind of heavily. Once I am done doing that, I'm going to tight line with a small definer brush, and I'm going to take Hazelnut and do that all the way across my lower lash line as well. Then I'm going to go back into Pumpkin Spice and just blend everything in together. So once I'm done blending everything underneath my eyes, I am going to go ahead and jump into some mascara by Blink, apply that to my lower lash line and just the base of my lashes, just because with all that blending underneath, they got a little bit white, and with that RCMA no color powder. So that basically completes the entire look. Now to finish off with the lips. This is my favorite part just because I am so obsessed with this lip combo. This is MAC Cork Lip Liner. You guys probably guessed it because I think I've used this in like all my latest tutorials. I'm just so obsessed with this color and I use it for every single color. So I'm going to go into this, line my entire lips with this, and I'm going to take Dose of Color Sand. It is such a pale nude, but blended into this cork lip liner, it just flows so good and just gives me that pale nude effect without looking sick. And I love pale nude lips with like bold eyes. I just feel like it's such a sexy, sultry kind of look. And then I top it off with a little bit of I Love Serahi ColourPop, I think it's called Glossy Lip Gloss. I think that's what it's called. And this is just a perfect lip gloss for this combo. This lip combo right here is just to die for. So that basically completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed what I came up with. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And don't forget to subscribe before you go. Bye guys. Love you guys.
On his back, murder. Want my double D's in his bed, if you really love me, make an album about me, word up. Soon as I walk in, boys start they talking, right as that booty sway.